Look, say what you want about the underhandedness of some of his tactics and the way he sabotages trying to one up other people. I think Hayden deserves the promotion to partner more than Andi. And I've said it time and time again since that one dude died earlier in the season. But I don't think Andi or Hayden rightfully deserves the partnership position. But if we were to choose one of them based on their current performance in the case between Marie and her soon to be ex husband, I think Hayden is the one who has certainly well, I was going to say certainly gone above and beyond, but I didn't mean that to include his affair with Marie the night before. I just feel like if you look at the which one of the two is more dedicated to the cause, then it's Hayden. Andi is always showing up late. She's missing out on meetings. Now, granted, even though Marie's meeting was not on the books, which she did admit, she did tell these two prior to giving them the case, you need to be ready at all times. Not just what's on the schedule, but you need to be ready at all times. And I get it. People are like, well, Marie's the one who keeps popping up and whatnot. I just feel like when you're dealing with someone on the billionaire bracket, the usual schedule and rules do not apply. So I think that people are like, well, Andi found that $75 million thing with the NFTs. Yes, she did. That was very impressive. But the thing is, she had one of her people look into it, which is not against the rules, of course. And, Hayden has his own research team. But the thing is, when I look at which one of these two has put more time into the case, that is indeed Hayden. I think one of the most damning pieces of evidence was that one episode where Penelope is brought up and the whole thing about, well, me and Penelope found out Gary's a bad guy and I told her and she went over there and I think something happened. And then they went over to the police station. Andi was getting called by Marie because Marie called Hayden and Andi, but Andi wasn't available. And then Hayden kind of chewed her out the next day. It's like, you need to think about your dedication to this case instead of your little boy toy because Marie called for us and you didn't show up. Well, and then Andy's like, well, why didn't you tell me? We're supposed to be co-counsel. Well, Andi, if you spent less time trying to appease your boyfriend because you withheld vital information, about Penelope and focus more on your job in this case, then perhaps you wouldn't be missing out on so many things. So, like I said, I don't think either one of them deserves the promotion, but if we're looking based on their performance alone on this particular case, I think Hayden is the one who shows more dedication to his job. Because think of it this way. Imagine if Andi becomes a partner and she continues to show a lack of effort in her job in the same way she's doing now. I mean, I literally cannot fathom her being a partner and then just constantly leaving her office to go meet up with the girls about this or that. And also, I love what some people were saying in the comment section or on Twitter about Sabrina being mad about the girls not going over there to plan the baby shower. And it's like, you're mad that Danny and especially Andi weren't at your place about this dang baby shower in the middle of a work day. In the middle of a work day. Danny left to go get a waxing or whatever. Maybe it was on her lunch break or something. But then you have Andi who's working with this $1 billion client and you're worried that she wasn't around to help out with some balloons and crap. Get out of here, girl. So it's just crazy to me that people... Look, I like Hayden. I said it earlier in this season, like, look, I'm going to get flack for this, but in season 7, I think the writers are doing a better job making Hayden a more likable character than Zach in this season. I know I got a lot of backlash, but as the season went on, more people saw where I was coming from. So, yeah, I think Hayden is a more vital asset to the law firm than Andi. I mean, Andi has broken records. Like, one of her first cases, like, broke the firm's record of the biggest settlement or something like that. But I feel like Andi's reputation precedes her in the worst way possible. And of course, Hayden has sullied his name by getting involved with Marie. But at the same time, it's like a men's club, in terms of the law firm. Even Morris told Andi back in season 1, this is a man's world. And, you you think you really made it to how you really think you made it as far as you did based on your skills alone? Nah, the way you have those low cut dresses and your breasts sticking out like the women, like the men on the bench don't be looking down. Come on now, girl, you know what you're doing. So and then on top of that, you want to talk about, well, yeah, Hayden slept with the client. Well, number one, Andi was involved with the client's husband, Jasmine's husband, Gary. And even worse, she was messing around with the boss, Robin. So I don't want to hear anything about integrity there because Andi certainly doesn't have a leg to stand on. But those are just my thoughts. And I think it's pretty, I get it. Him trying to sabotage Andi is one thing, but him trying to one-up her is another. There's nothing wrong with that. And then like Zatima always trying to like bark at Hayden about this is ridiculous. And I'm thinking to myself, Fatima's usually the one who has to go out of her way. It's like, Andi, girl, you gotta get in the office right now. Marie is here or this, that, and the third. And then Andy's like taking her sweet time because, ooh, I was just over my man's house. No, again, Marie said, if you take this case, you need to be ready at all times. Like pop quiz, I got a question for you. I'm at the law firm, even though I don't have a meeting, and I definitely think that Andi's way too scatterbrained to be a partner. That's all I'm saying. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I know it's probably an unpopular opinion, but it's mine, and I'm keeping it. So I'll catch you all in the next video.